Let me introduce myself. I'm the avatar representing James Few. I want to talk about some of the crazy things on my mind. So I'm talking to Echo, my Amazon assistant. Yes, I have an assistant. These assistants, they're everywhere. Gemini, Google, Rabbit R1, etc. Anyway, I think I was talking to Echo this time. I asked her to write a note for me to a couple of popular YouTubers that have a podcast called the iHip Podcast, which stands for I've Had It Podcast. The two ladies hosting the podcast are Jennifer Welch and Angie Pumps Sullivan. So this is the letter she drafted for me. Hey, Jennifer and Pumps, I'm reaching out because I think you'd find the parallels between the original regulator movement and today's accountability issues fascinating. As someone carrying the name of James Few, one of the regulators executed after the Battle of Alamance in 1771, I started the new regulator movement to connect that historical fight against government overreach to modern concerns. Would love to chat about how the original regulators' struggle against corrupt officials and unfair taxation mirrors today's battles for transparency and accountability. I really don't know if they'll ever have time to respond to my message. You know how it is, they probably get 1,000 a day? MAGA life, you gotta love it. Well, at least you do, MAGA. It's not so great for the rest of us living in the real world. Let's talk about Elon Musk. There were 17 open investigations on SpaceX and Tesla before DJT fired 6 inspector generals in January 2025. The fact that Elon Musk was in charge of Doge at a minimum was a conflict of interests. Elon has government contracts with Starlink and SpaceX. Tesla also had to come under government regulations. How does Elon get to oversee government functions? It's absurd and ridiculous. That's par for the course with all the grifting going on in this administration. I mean, like, what did you expect? You got a 34-time felon and 6 times business bankrupter running the government. Oh yeah, then there's, let me say this right, adjudicated sexual assault offender. Add it all to whatever can be found hidden in the Jeffrey Epstein files. MAGA life, you gotta love it. People are talking about Melania Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. So let's get into a little of that. I love it. I'm here for all the denials. The facts are out there on the internet. If you look for them, you can find them. Paolo Zampoli, research that name. Amanda Ungaro, research that name, see what you can find. Good luck. I know none of you MAGA are interested, so go check on Joe Biden and Barack Obama, see if you can make a connection. If not, too bad, just feel free to return to your favorite information bubbles. MAGA life, you gotta love it. Unification and solidarity is what created middle-class America. The elite upper class would do everything in its power to eliminate this from occurring in the political process. The world of politics has always been a deep psychological game. Think about it this way. In the last election cycle alone, $16 billion was spent. The measure of success is not moral integrity. The measure of success in the United States is the level of income that you can acquire. Corporate America is like a pyramid scheme. For example, those Amway recruiters who pull up to a presentation in the nicest vehicles, dressed in executive attire, and proceed to rub your face in the imagination of the most opulent lifestyle possible, telling you that you can live this way and write it off as a business expense. Those pyramid schemes all depend on how high you can climb on the pyramid. Why can't we just flip it upside down like we do everything else so those elites at the top could finally get to know what it's like to start at the bottom and work your way up instead of being born into this world with a silver spoon in your hand? Has anybody heard of this Save America Act? Trump always comes up with a name for something that means the opposite of what it does. It should have been called the Destroy America Act, which is basically what it's doing as a voter suppression tool. There are 2 methods designed to control the electorate. Both rely on producing majority outcomes. One way is voter suppression tactics like eliminating or reducing mail-in ballots and increasing the complexity of the voting process by requiring additional identification. The other technique is to offset votes with opposition votes along partisan lines, which includes third-party candidates drawing votes away from a targeted candidate. So we can let this one go through because that would be the end of our democracy. I've been hearing so much news about the war in Iran. So they still got the strait closed, huh? Tisk, 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 those naughty Iranians. I'm thinking about what makes Hormuz a strait. It appears to be anything but straight. So I had to clarify what defines another strait. A strait is a narrow water passage connecting 2 larger bodies of water. Guess I cleared that up. I had a long day today, especially when I was trying to deal with customer service issues. The thing about being retired and being inside a lot, I tend to watch a lot of TV at times, way more than I think is really healthy. I'll be glad when I can get back to riding my bike every day. I get out of the house for a couple of hours, maybe 3 or 4 sometimes, and I can get some exercise at the same time. I rolled my bike around a lot the day before yesterday, which was Thursday. It was a really nice day, got up to 72 degrees. I could tell that I wasn't used to riding because I hadn't been riding that much at all, maybe only a few times on the indoor bike, if at all. I really started to get tired after 10 miles on the bike. I was trying to see how fast I could go, which was only up to about 25 miles per hour, but that's good for now this early in the season. Guess what? It's going to be in the 70s starting tomorrow. Yay! Anyway, about this indoor activity of watching TV. Recently on my Xfinity account, an entire network disappeared. It was ABC. I never realized how many shows from that network that I was watching with my DVR service. Every time I clicked on one of the recordings from the ABC network, like Jimmy Kimmel Live, Shark Tank, Abbott Elementary, and American Idol, that's 4 shows, all of a sudden gone. Not only that, I found out that Disney Plus was removed from Xfinity as a third-party payment, so I had to go to customer service to straighten out that situation. Eventually, I had to cancel both Disney and Hulu so I could sign up for a bundle directly through Disney Plus. I also had to do customer service with Best Buy Geek Squad earlier because they held up my tablet repair to approve a ridiculous payment amount that was nearly like repurchasing the same tablet. But I'm the one that sat down on my tablet. I'm going to check my email as soon as I get off of here. Peace out.